everyone, this is Jackie Williams. Welcome to part 3 of the Stamp Positioner Basics. In this video, I want to give you some quick demonstrations on how to stamp in a row and how you might use it in a project. So again, we have the two plates. We have the larger plate, and then there is also the smaller plate which fits on these little knobs at the top and can move along. And I'm going to show you some techniques using both of the plates and the advantages to each one. So to start, let's just do a basic technique. I have a card front. Now I'm going to use the Cutest Crew, and I'm going to use this long stamp. And we will use the slimmer plate that moves. Now, obviously I can't put it on like this, so the image is going to have to go on lengthwise, and it's very handy to have that grid right there on the plate so you can make sure that it's on straight. Okay, so what I'll do is just start this somewhere and then position my cardstock so that that is about centered and at the top. Okay, then I'm going to use gray granite, so it will be a very subtle tone on tone background effect. Oops, wrong ones. Okay, and then we'll stamp. Okay, and then we'll ink that up again, and then move it down one notch and stamp. And if you need to double stamp, you can, and at some point you'll need to move those magnets right out of the way. And then you just carry on down to the bottom. And there is our completed background, nice and easy, and everything is perfectly spaced. Here is my finished project. I've kept the tone-on-tone kittens in the background, and then did a nice colored one for the main image, and then black embossed the sentiments so that they really stood out against that somewhat busy background. Now I'll show you one more example of stamping in a row, but this time with a stamp that is very slim. So these ones, the kittens, they're fairly tall, and so you could go from one knob to the next and you have a nice space in between. But what about something very slim where the gap in between is maybe a little bit too large? Now I'm positioning this carefully on the grid paper because using the little triangle nodule that I showed you in the first video won't work with this. Okay, I'll just make sure I've got the paper where I want it. No, so let's scoot that up. So I want to have it in the middle approximately. So that's about here. Okay, and now we'll use our Memento Black for this. I'm going to stamp that down and then ink it up again. And then you'll move it down one nodule and go ahead and stamp again. And then for this example, we'll do it one more time. Okay. Now, but I feel like those gaps are a little bit too much. So what I'm going to do is actually carefully keeping it so it's lined up right and left, just move the cardstock. And now we'll ink that up. And there we go. Now they are pretty evenly spaced out and you have your nice background. So here is my finished sample with that. I wanted to make a Valentine's that I could give to my husband. So I didn't want pink. These words and the dies are from the Sweet Bugs bundle, so they're quite cute even without using the little bugs. They've got some other images in there as well. Okay, so for these two samples, we have stamped vertically. So we have rows stacked on top of each other. What if you want to have rows that are a long line, so linear? So let's put our paper down. Now I've cut this paper quite a bit bigger than I need, but that gives me some flexibility to trim at either end so that the images are centered. Okay, so I'm going to use the little birds from The Cutest Crew. And these are just the right width to fit this little platform. I'm gonna have to scoot those over just a little. Okay, so get them where you want. And then pick up the stamp. We're going to stamp those down and then, oops, move it along. In this case, it's going to move 2 knobs over. But fortunately, you can set it there and make sure that it's all even in how you want, and then adjust anything if you need before you stamp. So that is a really good feature of this, that you can put it in place before actually stamping down the image. Okay, so that's easy enough. You get a nice little row of your images. And this is my finished sample. I think this could make a very cute Easter card as well. Just added a little bit of color, and I have used the March Product of the Month Painted Illusions papers to accent these sweet little birds. Now, what if you want to use a long image like this that's not going to fit on this small arm, but you want to stamp it linear in a row? How can you do that? I was a little bit, I was pondering this because I was thinking about, my scrapbooking pages and such. So I figured out a solution. So this is my 12-inch piece. And I want to stamp these kittens along a border. So what I'll do is start them off. Actually, I would probably start off the edge just a little so it looks like a continuous pattern. And then we're actually going to use our large plate. And again, I'm going to use tone on tone. I'm not a big fan of using images with faces on my scrapbooking. So I'm just going to make these very subtle. But you, of course, can make them, stamp them on white and color them up, whatever your preference is. Okay, so there's our first row of kittens. Now I'm going to remove the magnets. I'm going to put this in position. And then what I'm actually going to do is move the cardstock, making sure I'm keeping it in line. And having the open sides makes this possible, so that is a good feature. Okay, I'll do one more and then I'll show you my finished sample, but you get the idea. There we go, and then we have a sweet little row of plain kittens. And here is my finished scrapbooking page. And like I said, I kept them very subtle across the bottom. And I have used, again, the Painted Illusions Product of the Month papers for this nice little layout. These papers are nice and soft, so they are good for scrapbooking. Okay, I hope that gives you some really good tips and clarity about how you can stamp stacked images nice and evenly, and also how you can stamp them in a linear fashion, also nice and evenly, using both of your plates. Be sure to save this video for future reference, share with a friend, and leave me a comment. And of course, I'd love for you to subscribe so I can continue sharing with you. This is Jackie Williams. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next video.